Hello. Hello. Give me just a second. I don't know. I was sitting over here in La La Land. Um, Welcome everybody. Let me give it just a few seconds so you guys can pop in here. Hello. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Treese. Good afternoon, Mary Casey. Hi, Sheila. Okay. Hello, Terry. Happy Monday. So this comment that's right here, I'm going to post in the group. This is the link. If you could please authorize StreamYard to tell me who is saying hello. That would be great. Again, it doesn't post on your wall whatsoever, but it just lets me see who you are. Hi, Sue, Sharon. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Renee. Hi, Elizabeth. Hello, Luann. I have another Facebook user, so hello. Hi, Helen. Hey, Dana. Excuse me. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Sandy King. Hi, Barbara Ross. So welcome, everybody. My name is Terry Lightsey. I am the social media manager for Decoupage Queen. So you just seen me a while ago as we were all watching the spring release and the amazing collection that Teresa has yet again not disappointed and come up with. And it's just, I told you guys it was going to be amazing. I always say that it's going to be amazing, but there's just that something about today that was just it was awesome. Hi, Karen Atterbury. Oh, that's okay, gotcha. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Carol Frost. Hello, the other Sandy. Hi, Diana. So welcome everyone. So I do what I call craft and chaos. So I do craft and chaos. I am live Sunday through Friday on my channel, which is just Terry Lightsey, at 1 p.m. Eastern Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are not following and I'd love to have you hop over to my page. Otherwise, you see me here on Saturdays because I also do host Creative Hour. Hi, Helena. So today we're going to do something a little different. I haven't tried something like this just yet, so we'll all kind of venture into it together. But of course, we're going to use one of my favorite. As soon as I seen this, hi Anya, hi my friend, hi Sheila Teagan. As soon as I seen this paper, I was like, oh my word, this is amazing. And I watched her paint this one. So this is a painting by Teresa. I watched her paint this one and it took my breath away when she did it. And I was so excited that she put it in a rice paper. Hi, Omar. Hi, Miss Edie. Yes, Mary Casey. Hi, Lori. So I'm all over the place right now. I'm on Decoupage Queen, Facebook. I'm in 6 different places right now. So you're not going to run from me today. Hi, Lamea. All right, let me get my desk on the screen and switch these around. So this is what I was talking about. So this one is the Angels Among Us. I remember Teresa actually did this on a live when she was doing hers. So you guys might have remembered watching her do this. But I was so, as soon as I seen it, that she put it in the rice paper, I was so giddy and excited. So this is the one that the background has the Bluebird Queen background. And then also it has the little hidden Decoupage Queen. You see, she's pretty sneaky, isn't she? Hi, Cheryl. You really get around. Hi, Miss Donna Sue. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Ann. Yeah, I get around. That's what I'm told. So anyways, and then also I am thinking that I might use the Damask script, and you guys will see, but this one is amazing. I don't know if you guys can see all of the positive affirmations that are in this paper. So this is just gorgeous. And when you see it up close and personal, you'll be able to see all the positive affirmations and how absolutely gorgeous it is. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Regine. How are you all? How you doing, Lisa? Okay, so my vision for this is I have one of my favorite, these are just the Hobby Lobby wood pile boards. This one is the 18.86 11 by 7, so almost a 19 by 12, just short of 19 by 12. And what I want to do is I want to put this down on there. Hi, Martin. But I want to lift the angel up. So what I mean by that is I want to take the angel and I want to take her off of the paper, but still, decoupage it in its place. I know it sounds a little confusing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use stone paper. A lot of you, I was talking to the gals and the misters on my live the other day about stone paper and how amazing it is. You can wash it, you can sew it, you can stamp on it, you can cut it, but it's absolutely near impossible to rip it. So what I want to do is I want to take the angel, put just her on the stone paper, decoupage the rest of it down on the board, and lift her up from the paper, if that makes any sense. Hi, Carrie. Did I miss Trina? Hi, Trina. So that is my vision for that. Obviously, there's going to be some open space behind her after I lift her. So I'm either going to just use another paper or I'm going to use that background to kind of blend that into what's missing, if you will. Thank you for spreading the chaos. Okay, so I do have, so this is the same thing. It's also stone paper. Stamperia used to make huge sizes of stone paper, and I still have a couple of them left. So this is actually one of those bigger pieces. I think it was like an A2. And so she's going to actually fit on there just fine. But I wanted to show you what it is. And this is available on my TH Decor link. And I've had a few questions already, y'all, because you guys have gone on to Decoupage Queen and or TH Decor, and you can't find the new release. Remember, we always give our retailers exclusive for the first week, so you're not going to find them on Decoupage Queen or TH Decor. You either have to go to your favorite retailer or, I'm sure you don't want to wait a week, but if you wanted to wait a week, that's when they will hit, and you can use links or whatnot. But right now, they're available at your retailers right now. Okay, hi, Miss Shauna. Miss Shauna, did you see that you won today? Leona won, so congratulations to all of our winners. Hi, Callie. Hi, Miss Linda. All right, let's get started. I will try to look up as much as possible. I've got people everywhere right now, so this background is fairly light. However, I'm still going to paint it, and I'm just going to use some of my Waverly plaster. And then I know you guys, I'm always wanting to put trim on the outside or do something to the outside. So I'm thinking we're either going to stencil out here on the outer edges or we'll put some trim, but we can't just leave it like that. That's a, I cannot. It depends on how you look at it, Lori. Some of you guys might feel like I'm your retailer because you use my affiliates. Okay, so this is just the Waverly plaster, Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster. And I'm not going to worry about the edges because I'm sure I'm going to paint those. I just might as well just paint a coverage on there because I always end up having to do it anyways. So you all probably know by now, but when you decoupage, it's always best to have a lighter background so you can see the true pigments of your, on your rice paper. unless you're going for that look where you want to, you know, have it a little darker, then by all means. But for the most part, you're always going to want to start out having your background a white or a light color. So Sue just put in the link for the stone paper. It's really amazing. I really don't use it enough, but you can do so much to it. That is pretty, it's a pretty awesome and unique paper, if you will. They call it stone paper because of what it's made out of. Okay. And I'm sure I don't have any paint over here. Nope, I don't. Thank you, Linda. I'm going to end up putting my hair up in a minute. All right. Okay. Let's get this before I back myself into a corner. So our beautiful weather has ended. I was saying yesterday and the day before, the sun was out. It was warm and beautiful. And, you know, but I knew that it was going to be, the forecast said it was going to be rainy and cloudy and all. And sure enough, it started raining about, I don't know, half an hour ago. Poor Troy, he was outside getting ready to set up shop, you know, like he's been doing. What a mission. I couldn't find you. I was in a panic. Really? Oh my goodness, I'm all over the place. You couldn't find me, Sharon? Hi, Julie. Thank you. Hi, Tina. You are watching the replay. What did you say you were using it for? What did you say you were using it for, the stone paper? So I'm going to decoupage essentially the angel on the stone paper because I want to lift the angel up. Ooh, you do? I seen it, Julie, but I also seen that Decoupage Queen answered you. And my email was right on the screen and in the comments. Hi, Catherine Kelly. Teresa put it in the comments like 2 or 3 times, and then I put it up on the screen. Hey, Angel. Hi, Cindy. So I know that some of you were saying, like, don't even ask me because I don't know, but do you guys have any favorites? Did you get yours already? Have you ordered them from your favorite retailer already? Hello, all. Be some beautiful designs. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Pamela. That's always what I'm curious to know is if you, because like I said, I love the, you know, obviously the hand-painted birds that she did are absolutely amazing. But as soon as I seen this one, The Angels Among Us, I went, ah, love, love, love. Hi, Beth. Hi, Kathy. Oh, thanks, Sharon. I seen release today now to order. Ordered some, but I know my wallet will scream at me later. I'm not sure, Julie. Hi, Beth. Oh, I'm sorry, Beth. It's not a clickable link, Julie. It's you just type it into the email address, my dear. It's just like if you were going to email anyone else. You type their address into the to box. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is we have our background painted. So let's take off the edging. So I'm just going to get my water pen, which I thought so. I need some water. So I'm just going to take off the edges. You can do it with a wet paintbrush, a water pen. I would suggest, though, that you do not cut it because you want those feathered edges so that it can blend. I felt the drip on my finger. So when you are using rice paper and you have a feathered edge and you want to blend other papers in, it just blends absolutely beautifully with a feathered edge. When you cut it, you have that hard edge, and that makes it harder to blend. Looks like somebody has, oh, no. Okay. Thank you, Beth. I ordered the bunnies and Teresa's hand painted. Oh my gosh. Hi, Charlotte. Yeah. And I was giggling with her, even me and Nancy, even after we got off, because I said, "Goodness gracious, you sure did pass by your bird so fast." She said, "I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it." But I'm so excited for her. She does all this beautiful, amazing, all these amazing rice papers for us, how many times throughout the year, all the seasons. But it is really different when, you put your own work out there. You always have a lump in your throat to see how it's going to be received, right? And, I mean, they're gorgeous. So although we can say, they're beautiful, you have nothing to worry about, blah, 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 until it actually is released, can she take that breath and be like, okay, yeah, they like it. It is all that. Hi, Michelle. I have to go back and finish watching the replay, but from what I did get the watch, the peacocks and the carnival. Okay, yeah. So I was also really excited. You guys were going to see, I'm going to use or see my sneak peeks at it. I did the Hollywood girls. So I'm excited about the black and white Hollywood series. Hi, Wendy. I tell you, you never have to worry. You're never late. The purple bunnies. Oh, Tony's, yeah. The bunnies are all super cute. And one thing that I've always loved about Decoupage Queen is how she always makes, that matching background paper for you. So that way, you're not trying to figure out what else can you, combine with your paper, blah, blah, blah. Teresa does that. And I've always thought that was really awesome that she's does that. Okay. So, for the pendants. Yep. Yep. Okay, so she's going to go in here. Okay. And I probably will just end up sticking her in the middle. But the thing is as I was saying, I want to take her out of there. So, be careful, Bubba's. That's a little heavy. I'm just trying to get a feel of where I want that to be, and then I'll take the rest of that off later. Okay, so I want to take her up out of there so that we can put her on rice paper. That's why I have gotten the other piece here, because I'm not sure how well I'm going to get her out of here. Because usually, we would cut like the middle and grab it. But so I'm going to take one of my water brushes that has a fine point, and that's because I want to actually draw around her and make sure that I kind of control the water a little bit better. You could do it with your water pen too, but I want to just get her out of there and leave as much as the background intact as I can. What, baby? What you doing? Okay, so, and I will rip little by little. So when I'm doing this, I'm going to hold I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going to hold what I don't want ripped. Hold on, son. If for those of you who are new, that little guy, that's my son, Troy. All right. So, again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to make sure that I get all of her. I don't want to rip anything that is not, you know, the wing or... I have 2 peacocks that are metal that I need to redo. Oh, that'll be cool. There was somebody, I still need to go back to my messages. There was somebody the other day messaging me because they were looking for a paper and they're doing, I think it's your daughter's room. I'm sorry. As soon as I see your message, I'll know who you are. But you were looking because you wanted to do peacock and I couldn't tell you. I wanted to say you're going to find a lot of peacock papers soon. Because you were looking for the peacock papers, but you were having problems, and I couldn't say anything, but I wanted to tell you so badly that don't worry, you'll have a big selection. Okay, so as you can see, I'm literally just taking her away. Okay, son. Yeah, we'll go out there after a bit. So how was everyone's weekend? I've seen a lot of you yesterday, but hopefully you had a good, relaxing weekend. Hopefully you had a beautiful weekend too, as far as your weather. You got out and was able to get some fresh air. You sounded like a little lammy. Okay, thank you, bud. I got it. So you guys know that Onyx always eats Troy's earbuds, and I always am, you know, having to replace them. Tell me why just within the last 2 days I've found 3 sets of earbuds that are fine. No teeth marks, no puppy marks in them at all. Meatheads. Part 4th grade. I'm exhausted. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, it's on your list, Dana? Watercolor. Yes, the watercolor bunnies. And I tell you, I said it when she was revealing them, but they are so vibrant, you know, in person as well, that the purples and the pinks, they're super vibrant. It's just gorgeous. All right, we're getting there, guys. This is, you know, you just gotta take your time, and because the last thing I want is to rip a wing or something. Oh, that won't do me any good, putting the handle in there. Typical, find them after buying more. Huh? Oh, not yet. He didn't bring over his PT time yet. I'm trying to think, did he have PT this morning? Or not this morning, but usually in the car ride, he'll get his, because, you know, I have to pack Trevor a lunch for school because he stays there. I drop him off in the morning and then he goes till, you know, this evening. So I have to pack him a lunch, and it'll be bad news if Troy opens up that refrigerator door and doesn't see his lunch pail in there. So, and that's also his way of knowing, because so he gets excited because he knows if the lunch pail is in there that we're going to take, we're going to go take brother. And of course, on the way home, he's always pointing because he wants to stop at the Dollar Tree, or, he wants to go to like the thrift stores or something. So he's always pointing where he wants me to go after we drop off Trevor. It's so funny. Not today, son. We can't go today. And he'll just kind of look at me. But he'll still keep pointing. So. All right. We got her out. Look at that. Uh-oh. Look at her. Trevor is 22 and Troy is 23. So this is what I'm saying. So we will decoupage this part onto the board. And what I want is her lifted up higher from the rest, if that makes any sense. So, no, not that way. So that's why I was saying that for the part that is open here, I may put down the other rice paper, the other background, the damask script. I may put that back here, or I may just do a color match painting. It's going to all depend on how she's formed and how she looks while she's up. So let's get this. And I also, if I wanted to, I could just rip more of that paper and put that in there as well. So we'll see. We'll play with it and see. But I really wanted her to come up from the paper. Hi, Joy. Hi, Jackie Bates. Thank you, Trees. Thank you. Is it Kathy? Okay, so I am going to use my decoupage glue and varnish from Pentart, also available at my TH Decor. And I will, I'm not sure why that is, son. And this is the decoupage glue and varnish matte. I do depot them and put them in a different bottle. But let me get all of this other stuff out of the way, because we don't need all kinds of stuff in our view. Okay. So now the excess that's coming up on the sides, you can water cut that if you want. What I always do is just come in with a straight blade, a sharp blade once it's dry, and then just cut that in there. But if you're not comfortable doing that, you absolutely can just water cut, the excess off. I don't worry about it too much. Lori, because of the program that I use, they all come in one spot, so I can see everything. So no matter where they're at, YouTube, Facebook, whatever group they're in or whatever page they're on, I get all the comments. That's why sometimes when I read comments, and you guys probably are wondering where they're coming from, that's why, because you guys can't see them all, but I can. Okay, so when I decoupage, I only do small areas at a time, just in case I need to reposition anything. I don't want to have to worry about lifting up the entire paper. And especially because this one doesn't have so much here inside the body, it's going to move around on me. So I'm going to stand up for a minute to make sure that it's straight up there, which it's not. Okay, and then I use my squeegee, which helps move the product underneath and get out any air bubbles, right? So that there's no wrinkles and it just goes down nice and smooth. Terry sees everything. Hi, Denise. How are you? All right. So I'm going to be careful with that. I'm just going to lift and then. Okay. And again, because we're adding whatever or doing whatever, that's why it's really important too about your feathered edges. And I say this all the time, when you are putting down your feathered edges, make sure they're laying flat. Don't get them ruffled up on top of itself, because then it's not going to be smooth, number one. And it's going to be completely noticeable when you're blending. So here I'm going to push out, because I want those edges to lay flat. Same thing over here once I get this out from under it. Okay. And if you're worried about your squeegee getting dirty, the ones that I have in my Amazon store, there is replacements for the felt, or you can, I know some people like to put like a sandwich bag over it. I usually don't fuss about it. I just change it. Oh, thanks, Luann. That's so kind of you. Hi, Miss Kathy. How are you? All right, so again, and I don't need too much in the middle because she's gone. So let's get up here. The stone paper, you can also, color. You can, so you'll see that I'm going to actually, once I get the angel on there, I'm going to do some sanding to make sure all of the feathered edges are off. So it's really, it's an amazing product. Okay, let's make sure this is down flat. And again, we want to make sure all those feathered edges are laying flat. Okay, now I'm going to turn it because I know it's going to be hard for you guys to see. It's the only thing, I like doing these big boards, but I usually end up with a bunch of it like in my, like stabbing me in my chest. And I have the bottle holder here so that I don't have to do this shaking stuff, and I keep forgetting to put it in there. All right. Let's get this little area down, and then we'll start working with the angel and get her on the stone paper. All right. Hello. Here you are. So again, push those edges down. We're getting a little buckle over here, so let's find out what's not straight. It's probably this edge, so let's work this way. All right, something's not straight. You guys see it? It's wanting to buckle right there, so I don't want any wrinkles, so hold on. I'm just going to carefully lift and then reposition it. And it's happening because there's this negative space in the middle. So as I'm putting it down, if I'm going just a little bit crooked, it's going to, it's not going to lay right. So let's straighten that out first, and then there we go. Okay. All right. Now, I always say, please, please, please. Hi, Sandy. Thank you for the stars, Sandy. Oh, thanks, Nicole. Hi, Connie. Hi, Eileen. It is. Thank you. I hope you're good too. I always say, you know, you always want to put a protective coating on. So whatever your decoupage medium is that you're using, you just want to go back over top, all right, and put a protective layer on there. And that's just, it's going to only help you. Okay, and again, we're going to push out. We're going to lay these down. I'm going to push up this way, push down, out. Because when we're painting or when I'm going to do anything else, especially because this middle, I have to address this, you want to make sure you have a little bit of time. If for some reason you got paint or glue or anything on here that you want to, you might want to wipe off, you want to give yourself some time. Trying to see if there's an air bubble under there, if it's just the way the light's hitting it. It's a light. And just having a layer down like this will give you that little bit of time, because if you take a baby wipe to your decoupage, your rice paper, without having that protectant layer on top, you're going to, mess up your image. So same thing if you've ever grabbed onto your rice paper when it's wet and it sticks to your fingers and you have that, oh no, same thing. Just gives you a little bit of time. All right, so we're going to let this go. We will cut off this excess, but you absolutely positively do not want to do that until it's dry. So while we are waiting for that, I'm going to put the board down and then grab the angel and the stone paper so we can decoupage the angel down. All right. It is Decoupage Varnish and Glue Matte from Pentart. So I just have the top of the label, but that's what it is. And it's available at my TH Decor link. Okay, so again, this is just extra that I've had from my big A2, but this is the actual stone paper. Again, she's going to fit on here, so instead of opening another piece, I'm just going to put her right on here. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to use my same glue, the Decoupage Varnish and Glue. And I always use the matte one. There's like the silky shine, and there's a couple of different ones, but I prefer the matte. All right. Oh, let's go a little higher. And then, again, I'm going to just kind of wiggle on the inside first. Make sure all of her wing is down. Okay. And then I want to push to really make sure those fibers are laying down. Okay. You're welcome. Hi, Robin. Howdy there, Miss Shelley Stacklin. How are ya? Okay, so now we'll get down some of her body. Do this little bit first. Again, I don't want any wrinkles, so I want her to go down. Her feeties need glue. Her feeties need glue. All right. Okay. Okay, and then let's get her last wing. All right. Feeties. Okay. And then push out that way. And now she's down. So now I'm going to really take a minute and make sure all these fibers are down. I want to layer down on her as well. So I'm going to do that. Okay. All right. So let's dry her. And then we will, well, we'll bring the board up too and dry them kind of both at the same time. Hello. Ugh, expand paste. Move, please. Thank you. All right. Actually, this is probably doing pretty good as far as drying because I had it right in front of the fan. So let's dry these for a minute. Then we'll fussy cut around her. Hi, Monica. Make sure these edges are dry so we can cut those. Let me see. Oh, wow. We've got a lot of you on today. Thank you guys for joining me today. Again, Decoupage Queens Spring 2024 was released today at 12 o'clock Eastern. So your retailers, they're in their stores right now. If you missed it, you can go on and watch the replay, but there are some amazing pieces. So the one that I'm using right now was in that release, and this is Angels Among Us. Thank you, Sandy. It is, right, Julie? It's gorgeous. All right, so she's feeling pretty dry. Just want to make sure these edges are dry so we can clean that up. So the link that Sue's putting in for you is to find a retailer near you. All you do is go in to that link, put in your zip code, and it'll give you a retailer near you, whether it be a brick and mortar or one online. So if you're not sure where to go, that's where you can find a link. All right. So we're pretty good here. No, don't do that. You're going to make her screech. So I'm going to take my Fiskars finger blade. And again, don't do this. If your paper is even a little bit wet, don't do it. Because it will tug that paper and rip. You need it to be super dry. And I say it all the time. When I'm doing this, I'm barely letting the blade touch that rice paper. I am not cutting down into the wood. So you also want to make sure, if you haven't changed your blade in a while, that it is a very sharp blade so you don't, cut into your substrate. Sometimes you might have a fiber in there that's a little thick. You might have to go over it a couple of times to get it to release. Just be patient. Don't, Don't pull at it, because if it pulls from the paper, you'll see that fiber. Wherever that fiber is, it'll pull, and then you'll be missing, you know, some of the ink right there where you pulled. So you need to either cut it. If you can't get it to release with the blade, just try to snip it with your scissors. But there we go. Now we have that clean edge. And then we'll come around and do this one. Huh? Peach? Huh? All right. Again, barely any pressure. I'm just coming. This one is a little bit easier because I can feel the groove where the, you know, the inside board is. So I'm literally just sticking the blade right on that inside corner there, the edge, and then pulling away. A little bit more. Oh, well, there you go. All right. I think we got it. Okay. There's a little bit here, so I'm just going to scrape that off. All right. Now, what I always say is when you have extra, you know, that you're cutting off, you do want to kind of come in, because I'm going to almost bet some of your edges aren't like there. Some of your edges aren't down all the way, so you just might get, you know, a little lift. So just go back in there with some glue, pull that edge back, and then just get it down. So let's just check them all. This one is not too bad. It's just a little. And let's do this corner over here. Hi, Becky. How are you? Okay. Let's do this over here, because like I said, it's almost, I don't, you know, could be just a me thing, but anytime I have excess paper like that, if I don't remember to come back and check the edge, I usually am sorry later, because it's usually gonna lift and do something funny while I'm painting, or, you know, something. Especially like if you're a resin epoxy pour, you really want to make sure you got that down. So 2 of them weren't so bad, but still we want to get it down. All right. And then I'm just going to run it along the sides to make sure any fibers are laying back down. All right. So now let's get our angel. Is this in the screen? No. Okay. Let's get our angel back. I'll put that right there. So we'll need to cut around her. I want to know, and I'm thinking I might even have her wings come up a little bit, as if, all right. One of those, you know, think and move, think and move. Where's my new ones? I think these ones. Are these my new ones? These are my new ones. Okay, so let's come in and just, so well, you guys all know, well, those of you who watch me regularly know that I do not like to fussy cut at all. That's why I have a scan and cut. I know a lot of people find it relaxing. I don't know if it's because I'm left-handed, but I do not enjoy it. So thankfully, this one isn't not too many twists and turns. And for right now, I'm just kind of getting, I'll come in a little tighter in just a minute. I just want to get all of this excess off right now. Because if you're left-handed, you also know that, you know, your hand is always in the way when you're cutting. So let's get off this excess first, and then I'll come in and true it up. Hi, Joellen. Yes, it is stone paper. I know it. She's beautiful. All right. Now that I've got all of that off, now let's come in, especially around her wings, and let's give it a wing shape. So let's do this. And I'm literally just following Teresa's painting. I'm not doing anything. So that one is pretty straight. So let's... Okay. All right. And then let's go around her hair and true that. And how about not a pointed head, Terry? Thank you. Let's get this off. All right. Robin, I know, Mom Pat. I know you guys are. Hi, Gail. How are you? And a quilter. She has the hardest time cutting. So I mean, yeah, it's, you know, when you're cutting, your hand is always in the way. And, you know, it's hard to see. So especially when you're fussy cutting really intricate, you know, details, it's, for me anyways, it's just there's never an easy way to get my hand out of the way so I can see what I'm cutting. Okay, and then let's cut around here. And I think for the most part, I've got her around where she needs to be. And I don't want to take too much off anyways, because, you know, while we have her, that's where she belongs. Like I said, I want to have her up, and I'm thinking about having her, you see what I'm saying? So anyhow, so more than likely, I won't finish this today with you guys. So I will, you know, continue it tomorrow. Like I said, I do live Sunday through Friday. And I'm not known to be the quickest one. That's for sure. Does take me a while sometimes. Okay. And just like I do when I'm scrapbooking, I cannot handle all that white edging. That's going to drive me bananas. So I'm going to come around and get my vintage photo and have all of my stamps fall on me at the same time. Yes, do lives. Yes, you do. Hi, Lucia. Are you cutting with your left hand? I was, yeah. Hi, Connie. How are you? I was cutting with my left hand. Okay, so I'm just going to, so these white edges, I cannot. Even when I'm doing my journals, you guys seen when I'm making, things with paper, that white edge is such a harsh look to me that I always have to come in and ink my edges. So we're just going to come around and ink all on her. Yeah, I'm ambidextrous. I can do most everything with my right hand, but I can't cut. Unless I'm cutting hair. Then I can cut hair with my left and right hand. I don't know. I'm just an odd one. Okay, so do you see how that just makes a big difference just by getting rid of that harsh white from the stone paper? And you see now she's on rice paper. So literally, I mean, she's good to go. Hi, Tina. Oh, you're left-handed. You cut with your right? That's funny. I don't know. I cut hair with both, with left and right, but I can't cut, like, fussy cut. Like, yeah, no. She'd lose a head or a wing or something. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Let's move some of this back so I can scoot you guys in. So what I need to find out is what I'm lifting her with, how I'm going to position her when I lift, because I think I would like to have a bend to her. So if you can see, I can almost bend the stone paper and it'll stay like that for me. And then let's... What are you excited about? Are you leaving me again? Okay. So I want to have her off like that. Don't let her lose her. Oh, wow. Really? See, when I pitched in softball, I pitch right-handed. I don't know. I'm a little bizarre. I know. All right. I want to give this wing a little bit more. Okay. So we know that I want her to come off of here. So now this underneath here needs to I need to do something with it. So I'm trying to think if I want to just... I think I might just color match, or do I want to... So this is the script. We can put this in here. What do you guys think? Do we decoupage behind this with the mass script? Or should I even take more of, what wouldn't be her, but like some of these pieces and put it here? Or do a color match? Now I'm torn, but I do know I need to do some matching up here. So let's get some paints out. Oh, that's not the one I want. Because what I can do is color matches stamp back there too. I can stamp script back there too. This is what happens when you throw paint in all willy-nilly. And then you can't see. No, I don't. I'm not going to, like I did the box, I'm not going to put clay on under here to give her dimension. I could, but I don't think so. I don't know. I might. I doubt it, though. I think what I'm going to do is suspend her with acetate so that you can't see that she's suspended up there. So it'll be clear acetate that's going to lift her. Does that make sense? So you won't be able to see the clear acetate because it's just going to lift her up. If that makes sense. It makes sense in here, and I know that in there, it's weird up there. There's a lot of things going on up there. All right, so let's get out some of our acrylic matte paints. Yeah, so that way when she's lifted up, you don't see. It's kind of like she's more so suspended in the air, and you don't see see how she's, you know, lifted, if you will. All right, let's not stick in brown into that. So I'm just going to take some acrylic paints, and we're going to, because remember we have a top and bottom that it's not reaching, that I need to color anyways. All right, so let's take some of our falcon, and then let's, I don't know why I'm way over there. I'm left-handed. I just said that so many times when I was cutting. Okay, so I'm just going to mix some of these. So I have beige, hazelnut, and falcon brown. Okay. All right, let's mix it a little bit of this. And then I'm really thinking that we'll do that back here, and then we will stamp some script stamps that will match back there. All right, so let's start painting in here. Again, this is going to be in my chest. Man, doggone it. Too excited, y'all. Hold on. Hold up. I'm going to use my dauber. I'm going to blend this back off of my paper as much as I can. Thankfully, like I said, I've gotten that top layer down. Some of you who have watched me are probably even wondering what I'm doing, why I just did that. All right. Hold up. Wait a minute. Too excited. Okay, so I'm going to take a 600, not a 400. I'm going to take a 600. All right, very, very, very fine. And I'm going to come in to where my rice paper is ending. And I want to, so when you feel this by touch, you can feel where it ends. Hi, Robin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 600 and I'm just going to do some light sanding. Since that's wet, we'll end there, so I'll come around. And I'm going to literally blend this paper in with the board. You absolutely, positively do not want to do this with a 60, an 80, even a 120. I'm telling you, if you're doing this, you need to do at least a 320, 400, 600, and I'm talking about the grit on your sandpaper. Okay? Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I am going to color match, and I don't want it to be detected as far as where my paper ends and where the paint's going to start. So I'm just going to come over and I'm just going to sand this down. Okay. Where? Are you talking to me? You might not even be talking to me. Robin, are you talking to me? Because I don't see a message from him. If you're not talking to me, I'm sorry. You guys know, I get FOMO. I look down for a minute and I'm like, what's happening? What are they talking about? All right, so literally, I can go across this now with my finger and it doesn't feel like this here. It's very smooth except for right here. And then, of course, over there where, you know, I got a little excited. Hi, Annette. I think you were talking to me. All right. Go over here. And especially want to do it over here because if I'm going to be stamping, I don't want, you know, it to get distorted because and if you notice too, because I'm using such a fine grit, it's not taking off my paint. If I were to go in with like a 60 or an 80, I'd have to repaint because it would sand off literally everything. So as you're doing this, you just want to go through, and you can feel it. I mean, you'll be able to feel. Oh, I'm only pulling down. I did swipe back and forth right there because there was a longer fiber way out here. So I just swiped it to get it. But I'm only going down. I'm not going like that. Okay. Like I said, sometimes you'll get, like, every now and again, you'll get a thicker fiber that wants to be a little stubborn. If you haven't, you know, glued it down, it's easier if you just cut it with the scissors, but you might have to, you know, do some extra sanding right in that area. Yes, Cheryl, exactly. That's exactly why you do it, so that way, you know, you don't see that edge, right? You're eating, oh, your watch? I'm not sure, Bubs. I think it's right down there, actually. Mama will get it for you when we're done. All right. Can't believe I almost forgot. I was too excited. So I'm just coming. I'm not even doing the paper. I'm just coming out to where there's something going on over here. And then so here I don't have enough real estate to work with. So very carefully, I'm going to just kind of push down. And you'll notice that this step really does make a difference when you're blending papers, or like I said, when you're blending the paint, just because you don't see that extra step and the little fiber hairs. And as long as when you run across it, you don't feel it, you just feel, your substrate, then you're good. All right, now let's get back up here where there's a mistake. I actually probably should have showed you guys how you could see that paper before I took off the paint. But I got too nervous because I was forgetting. Okay. All right, now let's try that again. Hi, Tina. Thank you. My dryer has it. My vacuum. The button is right there where I grab, and I always turn it off. All right, now let's try that again. Shimani. So I do also, however, work with a dauber. I always spritz my dauber, and I'm going to spritz my paint just a tad because I'm over here messing around with sanding. So now let's take this again and then start painting this. Now, I always work with a dauber. You can choose to blend however you'd like. But what I usually do is I will wet my dauber. So I'll just spritz it. And all I'm doing is I'm pushing from the paint line to where it's meeting the paper, and I push it back. Again, you can choose, you can use another brush if you'd like. But I quite like using the dauber just because it also picks up the excess. We're going to lighten that just a little bit. Just getting that down by the paper, I can see that it's a little darker, and that's much better. So we'll get... Now, when I'm mixing my paints, I also don't mind when the other colors come through. I do it quite often, actually. So sometimes when I'm mixing over here, I won't you know, be so fussed about making sure it's totally blended together, because if you see, the paper isn't all one color. So Lori, I used to. So when I um left, when I graduated high school, I had moved out of the house when I was 15. I had my own studio apartment, not because of anything other than I was hard-headed when I was younger. I had places to go, people to see and think, you know what I mean? So I moved out when I was really young. So I had you know, I didn't have the money to go to college right away and get my degree. I actually didn't get my accounting degree until, man, when we moved to Las Vegas. So I was determined not to, you know, not that anything's wrong with it, but I didn't want to do fast food. You know what I mean? I needed to make money because I had bills. I had car payments and rent and everything else. So, I went to cosmetology school for a while. And, you know, and while I was doing that, I was a trainer at the gym, and I managed one of the gyms for a while. So I kind of done a little bit of everything. It's a little weird. It's strange when you think about all the stuff that I've dabbled into. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that color and I'm going to blend it into my paper so it's not a harsh line. And then what I'll end up doing is coming back in with some of just like the beige, and stamping. I'll do a dry dauber and stamp that into it so that it will look like the paper. So this is just my base color. And let's see if I could show you. That paint is a little wet, but because I'm not just on my page, I don't want to be here taking your time forever. So what I will do is I will take a dry dauber, and I will end up coming into here and stamping the dry dauber. You really need the paint underneath this to be dry, but anyhow, you guys will get the point. To get that to blend better with the paper, because like I was saying earlier, the paper is not just one color, right? So I don't know if you guys can see, we're working a little bit of the beige in there. Again, your paint down there needs to be dry so that they don't mix together, but that's what I'll end up doing to all of it. Really? Oh my gosh. Yep, and I was a loan service specialist for quite a few years as well. I worked in the banking industry as well, which was not fun, y'all, because at one point I was doing all the foreclosures. And let me just tell you, there is nothing fun about telling someone, you know, that their house is getting foreclosed on, and that broke my heart. That kind of stuff is not for me. But you know, I had to do it. Just still, I remember the first time I knocked on the door and a little boy answered the door, and I turned around I left and I called my boss. I said, no. Do you know how many kids live here? No. She was like, Terry, nope. You got to send somebody else out here. I'm not giving this to them. I'm not doing it. No. Oh my gosh. It's not the fun part of the job for sure. All right. So we've got our top and our bottom painted. And then what I will do, I got married at 19, which was incredibly foolish. To customer service and baking to bartending to bus driving. Now I've been electrical for electrical. Wow, really? That's awesome. So when because I did, I did quarter mile. I did quarter mile drag racing for many years. Actually, I didn't stop until I was 6 months pregnant with Troy. And so, I always worked on my own cars, and that was kind of your thing, it's your car. You don't let somebody else work on your motor, but nobody liked doing electrical. So I remembered leaving the bank one day and my friends calling me to go over to the shop, and I was doing electrical in my dress from just leaving the bank, and I'm sitting there in my dress and heels, and I'm fixing lighting. I was like, yep. There's nothing weird about this at all. Nothing at all. This is going to look pretty with the stamping in there. So we'll pick up the script and we'll do some stamping just to make it continue. Because you won't see, you'll see, depending on how you're angled when you're walking by to look at the picture, all of this is going to be, background. Because the angel's going on top, so. Yep. Just one of those things that just a little bit of everything. But I actually think that's good. It's not like anymore when you just look on the computer and find answers to things and how to do things. It was always hands-on and doing your own stuff and figuring out things. Like, I always tell you guys, I always have my fan on me. So I usually, when I'm painting, I'm always hand in hand with the spritzer. Because I'm painting so thin that it's going to dry. Oh, yes. Yes. Everything. I've done everything on a motor that probably you never think of. Your watch? I know. I'll find it for you, bud. I have 3 older brothers, and I have one brother that was funny, When it came to anything with the cars, he would call me to do his brakes, oil. Like, this is so funny. Do tune-ups. My brother, that wasn't his thing. All right. So once I get the bottom of this painted, I will leave you guys for today. And then when we come back tomorrow, I will have cut the acetate that I needed. And then also figure out, because remember, I want to do work up on the edges too. So whether we're going to do some mold pieces or stenciling, which I think it might be neat to maybe stencil on the edging this time and have texture out here rather than like a molding piece. But I'll pull what I have out and see what will look good. Oh, Paige, welcome. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate you tuning in. Where are you from? I'm in California. I used to say I'm the only one out here. I'm out here on my lonesome, but I've been finding more and more people on the West Coast lately, which is pretty cool. Now, if I can just get a couple that are closer to me, we can hang out and go like thrift shopping together, because, you know, I always need a reason to go thrift shopping. All right. So, in a nutshell, there's still a lot of work. So Miss Shauna, I have beige, falcon brown, and hazelnut on here. So there's a lot that still needs to be done to this. So we have just laid down the, the base of it. From Canada. Okay. Awesome. And Paige is from Texas. Hey, you're in my neck of the woods. Thank you, Paige. I appreciate that. Thank you, Betty. So thank you, Sandy. So as you can see, we've got the base paint down. What I will do is I will come up and I'll paint all the edges and even the sides, because I always do everything. I do the sides, the front, the top, the back, the bottoms. And then I will cut, because I just want little bits of acetate. So what needs to happen is she needs to be painted as well on the back. So we will paint her as well. And I just did this so you guys can see. You literally can do anything with stone paper. Okay. So I'll paint her as well. And then, like I said, we are going to have her up from the paper. So depending on how you're coming at her, so if she's hanging in the house, right, you'll still see like the script or whatnot, but she'll actually look as if she's just kind of sitting up off of the paper, which I think is going to be super gorgeous. I'm almost wondering, you guys know I love my lights, because I'm going to have her levitated like that. I might run a string of lights up around her, so that way when she's up like this, it will also light up. I think I like that idea. And then again, we're going to do the outside. So we'll do the outside together, and I will see. Maybe we'll put a mold out here. Maybe we'll put some other type of texture. Maybe we'll put some clay out there and stamp into it with the script, since we're doing script here. I don't know. I have a ton of ideas. So Right? Wouldn't that be a good idea? Because it's going to be up like this. So she's going to be lifted like this. I can literally put lights around her and have the back attached to her so you won't see it. And then it'll illuminate from underneath her and all outside of it. I think that's going to be so cool. So we'll do that tomorrow. I'll pull lights. I'll pull the acetate. I'll pull what we need for the outside. And then we'll finish it up tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for being here. So how will she be lifted off of the paper? Sorry, so many questions. Never be sorry. I'm going to put acetate, which is a clear, thick plastic, if you will. I don't know. It's acetate. So the acetate is what's going to levitate her from up. So it's not going to be, something that is like so noticeable. But I will show you. I will put her up there. But I also, like I said, I kind of want to have her wings so that they're more so like that. So we'll do that tomorrow. So again, I think so too. You guys all like the lights. I love that. Hi, Maureen. So if you are not on my page watching me and you want to see tomorrow, again, Terry Lightsy, I just craft right under my name. I do have Telegram if you're interested, so that way you can sign up and I do notify you about 15 minutes before I'm going live. So I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Go get your papers, y'all, because I want to see what you guys do with them, because I know all of you guys are amazing crafters as well. So I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Talk to you later.